Hey, everybody. Hey, Kate.
Hey.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about why job bidding sites that seem like such a great idea, the answer to all of our prayers, are actually really a terrible idea for trying to get clients. Now, Kate, what job bidding sites, what kind of things are we talking about here?
We're talking Upwork, we're talking Fiverr, we're talking any type of site that the client really has control over the project and you are competing with a bunch of other people in your field to land the work. And you're doing lots and lots of work to hopefully maybe, who knows, get
Hopefully,
the work.
maybe get a chance
Please.
at a project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. At the outset, these can seem like I was saying, the answer to your prayers. Well, I need copywriting clients. And here's this website where potential copywriting clients post projects they want to hire people for. That seems fantastic. It seems so easy. As with many things, if it seems super duper easy and maybe a little bit too good to be true, it
It
is.
is.
These sites are actually, as you'll find out, really a terrible way to land clients or to try to land clients. So let's break down how the system actually goes. The way it works is that someone who needs something written, a project written, or obviously these sites are for all different types of industries, we're focused on copywriting, needs a project written, posts information about this project on these websites. And you, as a copywriter, read this information, and it's up to you then to write a proposal. And of course, it had better be a pretty good proposal because you are a copywriter, to write a proposal and submit a proposal to hopefully get that work. Now, here's the problem though. It's not just you and this project. It's you and any number of other copywriters that are also competing with you for this project. And one of the best ways to compete on those websites is to lower your rate. Because the problem, well, one of the problems with this site, and I can tell you this because I will use these sites to find designers or developers for small projects. People who are looking to hire on sites like this are looking for the most skill they can get for the least they can pay. They are not looking to pay you well for your skill. They are looking for skill at a bargain. And that's not a position you want to be in. You will have to decrease your standard rate in order to be competitive with all these other people. You also don't know what other people are bidding, and where they're bidding from, and what they're saying in their proposals, and what the expectation is of this client. So worst case scenario, you spend a lot of time on PIT proposals, writing great proposals for work that you never get. So net income zero. Best case scenario, you get projects and you get them for a lot less than your standard rate, which means that you could be spending that time writing for your rate. Instead, you're writing these discount projects. So you're also ending up in a worse place than you would be if you were finding clients for yourself. The
Yeah.
problem is that the ratio is all wrong. It is one project and any number of copywriters competing for that one project. And what we teach is how to flip that ratio so that it's one copywriter and any number of opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. The real challenges of them are time and money, and they're tied together very closely. To your point, if you're reducing your rates, say you're taking a project for $25 instead of 50, because you feel like, oh, I really need to build my portfolio, so I should be charging 50, but I'm gonna do 25 because I really want to, have a piece to show. The issue there is then, okay, you're discounting your rates by 50%, which is insane. And that's time you could be spent prospecting, to your point, and landing clients who are willing to pay you at $50 an hour, or whatever your project rate comes to at that point. And you're in control of that. So you're accepting a lower rate when you don't actually have to, just because it seems easier. Because it's a place to kind of go and put yourself out there, and people come to you in some sense of the word. but they don't actually have to then go with you.
Mhm.
And your time is money. As you are, as we teach you, you are now a business owner. You are the CEO of your copywriting business. Your time is valuable. So every minute you're spending on these sites is time you could be building your business versus putting it in the hands of strangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that you're spending time writing proposals for discount work when you could be spending time writing pitches for clients that will pay you your rate and maybe even above your normal rate. So you could be spending your time. So again, if you're not going to get the work, you're spending your time, either work aside, you're either spending your time crafting great proposals for discount work, or you're spending your time pitching for high paying work. I mean, which one makes more sense, right?
And it can get, a little bit, you've probably seen stories. We had one person post about how working on these sites is possible to make a great living. And they've linked to an article, and I'll read you some of it here. So bear with me. There's a lot of numbers and a lot of math, but it's a great thing to dig into, to just see how just insane it is.
And we can have the link to the blog post. We'll put the link to the blog post in our notes.
Perfect. I average $60 per order, and that's counting a 100-word email. The average also includes the $5 gigs I did at first. But excluding those, I would say my average is about $100 a job right now. So if I have 27 jobs in the queue, that's $2,700. Hourly, it probably averages at about $150 to $200 an hour. I don't do $5 jobs anymore, unless it's someone I've worked with a bunch who wants me to look at a paragraph. Freelancing is very roller coaster. One day I might have 2 or 3 things to do, but I've had days when I had 27 things to do, which is an 18-hour workday. My head's hurting just saying that. I receive the most orders Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. So I end up being super busy on the weekends because I usually deliver a job within 3 to 5 days. On any given day, I'll have 40 to 50 jobs in my queue. And so this is someone who said they did that math, and I believe, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, they did say they make 6 figures, but 6 figures at the cost of
18 hours a day, 40 projects is absolutely unsustainable.
I've had up to maybe 8 clients in my queue at varying stages of the project, the project timeline. So maybe one's I'm working on just minor edits to wrap it up. Maybe one's just kicking off, and one is, really in the meat of it. And that to me is, how can you deliver your best work if you have 27 projects in a queue that you have to deliver in a day, never mind 40 to 50 that are right on the heels? You are that's churn and burn.
Mm-hmm.
And for what, when you don't actually have to do it that way? I mean, we are both 6-figure copywriters, not doing it that way, because that would, that's unsustainable.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like a miserable way to live. And like you were saying, he says something about like, I average this amount of time for an email or something like that. And basically what he's saying is he's not taking time to write great emails.
Right.
And that's getting back to that idea of charging by the hour, or charging by the hour versus charging by the project. If you do a project quickly for a client, they should be paying you more because you're turning it around quickly. But you also should not be doing a project quickly for the sake of being quick, for the sake of moving on to the next project, because then you're not delivering quality projects to your clients. And why on earth should they come back if they give you a project and they get a half-assed email back? Even if they're getting a deal, they're getting an email they can't use.
Yeah. And I think it's insane when he, talks about getting orders in on Thursday nights, and that means working over the weekend. But most clients know that a project, depending on what it is, isn't going to be a 24-hour turnaround. They know that is last minute. And to your point, you're going to bump up your rate if they need it right away. Mm-hmm. So if a client comes to me and I say, hey, here's when I can deliver it, I usually, at least my schedule is at least 2 weeks out. Here's when the first moment I can fit you in. And if they need it faster, then yeah, my rate's going up. But most of them are willing to work with you. If they need something yesterday, we're not saving lives with, well, maybe we are, depending on the situation.
Depends on the project.
But, we're not in an ER room. I always like to use that analogy, because it's not generally something they need tomorrow and the business is going to fail.
Mm-hmm.
If they needed it tomorrow and the business is going to fail, that's a very poor business model. And then I'd question wanting to work with that business in the first place. So there's no reason to, I mean, if you want to work on weekends, sometimes I love working on weekends because it's quiet, no one's bugging me, there's no emails popping up, and that's fine. But that should be a choice and not, I have to do this because I have 50 things that are waiting and I need to keep up this level of work just to make the income that I want to make.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you don't miss any tips, tools, or tactics for copywriters by clicking subscribe right now. And of course, you can always find us over at filthyricwriter.com. We'll see you next time.